is up, everybody, and welcome to episode 41 of the Geek Cast. I am Bobby, the Geek Guru, and I'm all alone with Allan, and I kind of like it. It's late in England, in Scotland, and that's anything can happen with this episode. That's the scary thing.
Isn't it? Exactly. It's you meet me alone with Bobby and some beer, and you can't see what I'm doing with my left hand. It's all good.
Oh, we're already off the rails. This is messed up.
It's gone.
This is going to be good. So we'll kick this off like we do each and every episode with our geek outs, and I'm just going to guess you're geeking out about Civil War.
Third week in a row.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I know you were kind of like, Allan liked Civil War. What a shock.
I know. I was like, as soon as you posted it in the group, I was like, oh, there's a shocker. I almost went and deleted it just to piss you off, just to mess with you.
When are you planning to go see it?
I won't be able to see it till next week sometime.
You are going to love it. Even you.
I'll probably go, because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take off Friday. And if I take off Friday, I'll probably go hit a matinee. Unless Tony wants to see it, then maybe I'll go that night to see it. But I definitely want to see it. And I typically go see. I won't go see like the standalone. Like I won't go see Iron Man. I won't go see Captain America. But this is kind of a little different. Like I went and saw Avengers. I'll wait for a lot of the standalone stuff to hit DVD before I go see it.
Yeah.
So this to me warrants going to see it in the theaters and stuff. So I'll go check it out.
It's gonna be so hyped for Spider-Man.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how they handle Spider-Man. It's gonna be, because they're going with like 85, like a, one of those.
If they stick to the tone that they've created for the character in this film, best cinematic version of Spider-Man.
Well, I'm kind of curious. I want to see it because I'm kind of curious how it all shakes out, like what they're doing with this character and with everything. So I'm kind of curious myself. I definitely want to see how they're going. Myself, I'm geeking out about. Did you see my new amiibo that I bought?
No, I didn't.
Go real quick. Go on Instagram and look up Xanarkin Sky.
Oh, it's another Xanarkin.
Yes.
Just funding her lifestyle.
Pretty much. Well, this one took a while because apparently she elevated the rock star status after the Rusty thing, and like she got super super busy after that. And I ordered this like right after the Rusty one, and that was like a couple of months ago. And like
which one was it?
Did you see it?
Page just now. I'm on just now.
Okay.
Which one is it?
It should be the newest or the next one. She tagged me in it.
Oh, what is that?
You see it?
Ray from Stick It to the Man.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Is that 2D?
She did it all like 2D. Like she did it like Mr. Game & Watch style. And then because that's how he is in the game. I don't know if you ever played Stick It to the Man. No, but I went with Stick It to the Man because that's the one Zoink game that's actually on the Wii U. And I kind of thought that would be kind of neat to do that. So I put it.
That's pretty cool.
One. Yeah, I put that one in there. So I should be getting that pretty soon, and we'll see what happens from there. But so I'm geeking out about that. I can't wait to get my hands on that thing and do like a little showcase with it and all that stuff. So What about what we're playing? What are you playing? Anything new or anything good?
No, I downloaded episode 2 of The Walking Dead. I never pronounce it right. The current series, the Michonne.
Oh, the Michonne one.
It's the one. Michonne. For when I was away with Amy, and just didn't get around to it. I was busy reading books and comic books. Got through Civil War before I went to see the film, which was good.
Oh. Okay, so you read Civil War. It's different, right? It's not the same.
Different.
Okay, no, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know no more. That's fine.
It. I won't spoil it, but don't go in thinking, oh, this is going to happen. There are some little odds to it. There was one bit that happened. I went, that's from the comic.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be. I kind of had that feeling that it wasn't going to be. They weren't going to be able to keep up with it and all. But that's because they they hoard out all their characters. So most of their characters are all over the place, and they can't really stick to the true storylines that they establish in the comics. But I started playing Xenoblade Chronicles on the Wii U. I bought it again, and not Xenoblade Chronicles X, the actual one, the original one.
Yeah.
But I bought it for the Wii U Virtual Console. Allan, it looks so much better than the 3DS version.
You know what? I'm tempted.
Oh, it's so good, dude.
So in my case, it would be triple dip.
You know what, man? Version. I like it a lot. I dove in last night, woke up this morning, started playing right away. Played for like a half an hour, and actually after we're done doing this, I'm going to go down and put some more time into it. I like it. It looks gorgeous. It's but here's the thing that I love. So I'm thinking, because I bought it online at work. I love that Nintendo has finally stepped into the new territory. So I go online, go to the eShop online, I buy it, downloads right to I come home from work, it's there. It's already there. I don't have to do nothing. I love that. So I got it. I go in, I start playing. But as I was driving home, I was thinking like, man, I'm gonna have to break out the nunchuck in the Wiimote. Nope, gamepad. And it asks you, do you want to use the gamepad? You click yes, and then boom, right in. And you just play with the gamepad. You can play with it's actually on the screen, or you can, so you can play off screen on it, or you can play on the TV. I love it. So I'm really excited. What's that?
How big's the file? Like game file.
I'll have to look it up to be sure, but it wasn't big. It didn't take up much room. See, but I got so much. I got 2 terabyte, man. I don't even blink an eye at Nintendo game. But the truth of it is like Nintendo games aren't that big. Now see with Xenoblade Chronicles X, that was huge, but that's because that game's massive. Like there's a lot to it, you know what I mean? So we'll see.
That's the game I need to get back to.
Yeah, which one? You know what though, man? The problem is that it lost me. It really did. I for a while there, I was really into it, and then it didn't. See what keeps me intrigued and liking Xenoblade Chronicles is I like the characters. I like Shulk. I like all these different characters, Dunbound and all these guys. Like you grow attached to them. But the protagonists don't speak. It's supposed to be you per se or whatever. And then like you're bouncing around doing all these missions and you're doing all this stuff. It looks gorgeous. It's a lot of fun. It just feels a lot like Monster Hunter to me. You know what I mean? To some degree. I'm not saying it exactly, but to some degree. And it's, it's different. It's not exactly what I expected. I don't know. I just expected a little bit more story to it. And the way everybody like ramped up about the scales and stuff, like when I got to the scales, I was like, okay, it's all right.
Yeah, I'm cool with it, but
yeah.
I have it, but
I lost mine already. They got destroyed, and I'm like, I don't even have the money to rebuy it. Like it got destroyed a couple times, but this last time it got destroyed, like it really got wiped out bad. So I don't know, and it's weird because I actually liked fighting. I like fighting with the characters more than I liked fighting with the scales. The scales just seemed like gigantic tanks, and I mean that's cool, and it's flashy and it's neat. I felt like they were slow. I mean, when you turn it into like the motorcycle type thing. That's all well and good. But hey, he's gonna start barking at people outside. He's gonna be tough guy, but
he's so cute.
He's such an idiot. But all right, so let's jump into our first topic.
Who's the idiot? You clean up his poop. So
I don't clean up his poop. He goes outside. I don't know. Okay, so we kind of wanted to get into a little bit of Nintendo talk.
For this show.
A little bit of NX, a little bit of Zelda, and we'll see where we go with all this. But I'll open the rug up to you. I'll let you kind of, we found out basically in the Nintendo investors meeting that there will be no NX at E3. They are talking about a big announcement. They just didn't say when. They're saying this year we'll hear it. I'm assuming right after E3, I think.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I feel like they're going to pull their 2 weeks after E3 Nintendo Direct type thing. And then they did announce that Zelda U is now going to actually launch with the NX as well. Same time, not with the NX, but it'll be the same time. Which is, I think we called it when we talked about it. We had a couple of episodes where we discussed it at length, where we were just like, hey, we're just going to basically, because we even had the one episode like, which version would you buy? So I feel like that's a kind of a no-brainer. Kind of everybody kind of saw that one coming. I don't know. How are you feeling with the whole? Let's start with the NX, because I think everybody expected to get it this year. Everybody expected to hear about it at E3, and
Yeah.
So what's your thoughts?
Well, I was because I was on holiday when this happened. I remember I woke up the day and I kind of turned to Amy, and I am no word of a lie, swear on my life, that I turned and said, today's gonna be a good day. Nintendo's investors meeting, and I thought it was happening later in the day. I swear to God, that's how nerdy I am. I was that happy. I thought we're gonna get, and then I heard my phone vibrate, and I thought, it's the usual group chat, Bobby taking the mick out of Toby and vice versa. But no, then I had a look, and then I went to Twitter, and then I saw the news that Zelda delayed till March 20th. I'm like, okay, no Zelda until 2017. That's fine. I can deal with that. And then it's like, we're not going to have a presence at E3. And I'm like, okay. No NX at E3. And I'm like, right, what's going on at that company? Who's in charge? What they've been drinking? And I've mellowed a little bit because I was really fiery. You know how I was. I was like,
you were pissed.
I needed comfort.
Allan, just so people know, we have a group chat where it's myself, Allan, Toby, and Holly. And Allan is like the negative Nancy in the group. And he's constantly like firing off, like he's always pissed. He's always fired up. And he's definitely down on Nintendo. And he was lighting it up that day. He was pissed. And I wasn't as mad. I mean, I did a reaction video for my Nintendo channel. I don't know if anybody saw it. It was basically like I literally woke up in the morning, saw a text message from Joey Ferris where it was just like, hey, sorry about the news you're about to wake up to. It was 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm barely awake. I'm looking. I'm like, what the heck? And then I look over and I see you and Toby got this long dialogue going. I'm like, I'm not even messing with that. And then I said, let me see what it is, though, because they're talking a lot. It's got to be something. So I scroll back to the beginning and I see NX. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And I didn't even realize when I had gone to bed that like the investors meeting was going to be happening anytime soon.
Yeah. And
then I just woke up to rage. People were pissed. And I didn't like, if you watch the video, I'm kind of like, whatever, because here's my feeling. My feeling is, and I've said this to you, in the group chat and all that, like, but I feel like, does it suck? Yeah. Is it the worst? No, it's not the worst. But my feeling is that it's like, I'd rather them get it right. Because I feel like, part of me feels anyway, this is their last shot. This is their last hurrah. They have to get it right, And I love Nintendo. There's no secret about that. I love them and I want to see them be successful. I think anybody that's a video game fan, you need Nintendo to be successful. You need them to be in the industry. You need them to remain in the industry. So for me, I'm just like, hey, look it. If they need to delay this, they know better than I do. They know why they need to delay it. I look at this and then I look at the Wii U. And the Wii U, when the Wii was like this beast, that took off 120 million units and all that stuff, and just a monster. But when the Wii fell off that cliff, it went bad. When people basically disconnected from the Wii, it was bad. Like we didn't get anything with the end of that Wii. I mean, we got Skyward Sword and Yoshi or Kirby Epic Yarn, but really, other than that, I mean, we did get Xenoblade, but Xenoblade was very niche, and people, and we had to, I didn't get it, I didn't buy it because I had basically packed up my Wii by that point. But people were begging Nintendo, please bring this game. I think that so when I look at that and I go, they basically rushed the Wii U out because they didn't have the proper time, because when the Wii hit that wall, it hit the wall hard, and I think Nintendo kind of just went to a standstill. They weren't expecting that, so they rushed the Wii U out to kind of like, we need to fill this gap because we're bleeding here. That's what I like about this, is where you would have expected, and everybody expected, Christmas 2016, we got a new console coming, let's go, and they were just like, pump the brakes. No.
I think for me, it wasn't so much that I have no issue with the system launching in 2017. I think, I always thought 2016 was a difficult date all round. You've got development time of games, and I think that's partially what you were saying before. It's an issue. It's a definite, probably one of the big reasons this system's been delayed.
Oh yeah.
What got me, and it's still, I mean, I've mellowed on my fiery passion has tempered a little bit, but looking at it now, what gets me is the feast or famine they're doing with this system. So we may not have the games ready to show, fair enough, but we're not going to show you anything.
Yeah.
Right, okay. I mean, it hit me today when I was on the treadmill listening to the NBC. It may surprise you. I actually am quite active and fit and ish. And I'm listening to it, and something hit me is when they showed off the Wii, or as it was the Revolution, what we had was Iwata came out with the system, plunked it on a dock. It was a Metroid demo, just like a concept, obviously, for Metroid Prime 3. Yeah. And that was it. Here's the Revolution, boom, you'll hear more about it. Even that would be better, in my mind, personally opinion, than just saying E3, we're not going to be there with it. And I mean, there's other reasons. You've got the PS4K, you've got the Xbox, whatever they Slim, whatever they show off. But it kind of feels like not to acknowledge this system at all. I mean, they've pretty much said E3 is about Zelda. We've now found out they're going to be showing off probably some 3DS games we've not. So there's your padding. But that's it. The Direct's not going to be a long one. Yeah, we'll probably get more on the new Pokemon, but we're ultimately not getting an E3, which I think people had built themselves up to, was this is going to be Nintendo coming out swinging.
Yeah.
And now instead it's a case of, well, no, we're going to show you Zelda, which is great, but this game is also coming to NX. So for me, it's like, Ace, I'm going to see this game, but now I'm more interested in seeing what the NX version's like.
Yeah.
Because I want to see the differences. Like, I've seen you show me what you've got. Let me see it. But to just say, we're not even going to give you the name. They could even just come out, Brian Altano said, they could come out with a big screen of logos.
Yeah, but come on.
The name of the system in the middle.
Listen, no, stop. That's not all they need. Brian, I listened to the episode. I listened to it today. Brian's full of crap. That would not have worked. You know this. You know this wouldn't have worked. I
think giving us something is fine.
Listen. See, this is where you get me frustrated. Is because you say what we need. If they just give us this, I'll be okay. No, you will not be happy until you get the specs.
Oh yeah, that'll throw fuel on the fire.
So if they come out and they go, because Allan, you know it as well as I know it. If they come out and they go at E3, they go, here's the banner, here's the name, here's a couple games. Everybody is going to go, well, what's it look like? Is it a hybrid? What's the specs? Is it? That's why I
imagine this, like Iwata comes out, or someone coming out and just lifting the black sheet there's the box.
Yeah, but that's
screen of
they're not going to do a stage presence.
I know
that's not going to happen.
Or in a direct or something. It feels, and I understand, and then this is where they kind of go back to where I was. This was me before, really kind of just I don't get, and I do understand it. I just feel that the announcement of the NX was a knee-jerk reaction to we are now going to go into mobile, but we need people to know that we're not abandoning what we've done for the last 20 odd 30 years.
And that's and you know, and I know they I don't think. I think announcing the NX was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I truly feel like that killed the Wii U. I feel like the Wii U had a nice momentum going, and when they announced the NX, it was like boom, done. Over and because everybody was just like, oh, there's a new console, and that's the thing that blows my mind. Listen, everybody has to comprehend that the minute the NX hits, they're working on the next console. The minute that the PS3 hit, they were working on the PS4. The minute the PS4 hit, they're working on the PS5 or 4.5, whatever they are now. But every gaming company, the minute a console hits, they're working on the next. It doesn't mean it's all fine-tuned or whatever, but they have an idea where they want to go, and they start. Listen, that's why you have R&D. That's what R&D does. They develop the next thing. So I feel like that hurt Nintendo. Well, that hurt the Wii U because you think about it. You had, they're talking about. We had Splatoon, which was blowing things away. They had just announced Zelda U. It was like not that long after Zelda U that they announced, right? Wasn't it right after that? It was like I thought it was going into the holiday season after that one huge. It was the year that they announced. So they come out with the E3 where they have Mario Maker announced. Yeah. They got Yoshi's Woolly World announced. They got the new Zelda game announced. They got Splatoon's announced. All these big things are happening. They talk about the DLC for Mario Kart coming.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
Smash hit right after that, correct? If I'm not mistaken, because Smash still wasn't official at the time.
That might have been the year that Smash came out.
Smash came out because Smash came the 3DS. They announced that the 3DS version would be first, and then the home console would hit like 3 months after that. It was in that area. That fall area, maybe right after fall, maybe right after the holiday, where Iwata comes out and he talks about mobile and he talks about NX. And I understand why he had to announce NX because, unfortunately, all the Japanese companies, video game companies, at the minute they talk mobile, they're basically closing shop and they're going 100% mobile. So I understand why he announced the NX, but I feel like the NX killed the momentum completely.
Oh, definitely. I think something's not been discussed, and I think it's actually more important because we've discussed, obviously, I can't remember the show note, but I think it got brought up that if Nintendo want to avoid, in fact, I remember this because it got quite heated between you, me, and Toby, because me and Toby fell on one very specific site. Oh yeah,
they're having a lot lately.
you rogue colonials that you are, just need to learn your place, sir.
Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, we've noticed. We've tried to rein you back in over the 100 years, but we said that for the NX to be a big success, third party needs to be a very large part or very deep ingrained into their plans for the new system.
Yeah, absolutely.
And part of me has a very strong sneaking suspicion that while their first party output is a big concern, have the third parties come to them, because Nintendo, notorious, will keep our cards to our chests as long as we can. Have the likes of EA, Activision, WB, these kind of bigger studios gone, look, we're happy to support you, whatever Nintendo's plans are, but your 2016 launch is unrealistic.
Possibly.
I don't even think, I'm not going to lie, I don't even think it's going to hit March 2017. It's a very strange time to launch a console. I think that's a placeholder.
Well, and I was talking about this with Sean, because Sean and I just did another If We Ran Nintendo, but it's an interview. But prior to the interview, we do a talk because the last episode we did We basically launched the NX. We were absolutely wrong on everything, and it was so off. It was horrible. We did it right, and I knew that like a day or so I'd be doing. Well, it was because it launched Wednesday morning when we found out all this nonsense, and I knew that going home that night I was going to put out the podcast, and I was like, "Wow, Nintendo just."
You should have let that one. I'm not releasing it, Sean. It was re-record.
That was brutal, but I was like, you know what? It's if we ran Nintendo, and it was like, hey, you know what? We're just going to put up there what we actually thought they should have done, and obviously they didn't do.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh man, I lost it.
It's that old age. You were kind of getting on to the. I mentioned obviously the third party.
Yeah. So I feel like, no, the March thing. I feel like with March, it's actually a smart time to launch the console. And I said this to you guys in chat, and I told this to Sean in our last episode. I said to him, look, in the United States, we do our tax returns between February and April. And when we do our tax returns, a lot of people get tax rebates, which means we overpay our taxes when we're paying our paycheck all throughout the year. And then when the end of the year comes, the government gives us money back.
Yeah.
Now, this year, that's what I was saying. Tony and we bought the new iMac computer so we could do our videos. I bought the iPad Pro and the iPencil. Every year do we get our taxes. Like some years we'll save a little bit, some years we'll pay off credit card debt, stuff like that. But typically, we always buy something that we want in addition to whatever else we do. You know what I mean? Like we just look at it as found money per se. Probably not the smartest thing to do. Probably should save it all, but we're stupid Americans and that's what we do. So, but more or less, like if that's the time they launch this console, you're looking at a lot of Americans that'll have expendable cash to burn, and it's ideal. Like, would you want to do it when people have money in their pockets? So I feel like, at least with the United States, it's a good time to launch a console, I feel. Because the two best times for me, I feel, to launch a console, Christmas, March, tax season. So if you're not going to hit the Christmas window, then absolutely. I feel, though, I'm going to go a little different than you. I feel like they have to hit it in March now. Because if they delay Zelda one more time, people are going to lose it. This would be the fourth time that they delayed it. And if they delay it a few weeks like Naughty Dog did, I think they'll get a pass. If they turn around and go, this isn't coming out until holiday 2017, they got problems. They have major problems because people are going to lose it.
I just don't see. I only think they picked that date because it falls just before the end of the financial year 2016-2017.
I agree with that too.
They didn't want to spook investors. I can realistically see March not happening. I think it's a placeholder date. I think if they do launch Zelda in March 2017, it'll be Wii U only, and you won't see the NX one until slightly thereafter.
Ooh, that's bad too.
That would be bad too. I think Nintendo have created a very difficult position for themselves.
Yeah.
Forgetting what's going to happen this year, I'm still peeved that we're not getting much beyond Zelda and whatever 3DS stuff they do. But the date they've set themselves in 2017, very difficult. It's a very random date. I think there's a lot of pressure from third parties, and I think they'd be realistically better suited to launching a system in the summer. I don't know if they've got the balls to wait till holiday 2017.
I don't think they would do summer because they've always said that summer is a very bad time for video games. And if you ever notice, they don't even launch games in the summertime.
Exactly.
So
would they wait till can they wait till autumn? I mean, there's so many games. If they don't hit this March date,
if you look at the way when me and Sean did our episode, the way we launched it, we had said, and this was basically Sean's pushing, was launch the console in September. Which, if you launch the console in September and then put out one or two games and then you hit with all your big games in the holiday, I feel like that's the best scenario for them, because then all of us fans, we go buy it, right? We're day one buyers. We're you know, and I know day one we're buying this console. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah.
But Nintendo knows that. They know that we're going to buy it. They're more worried about the people that they don't know that are going to buy it. But so their hopes are is we buy it, we start exploding, telling everybody how great it is, and then come holiday time, now everybody else jumps on board and starts buying it, and the parents start buying it, and now you have that kind of hype being built. That to me is their best scenario. But I just feel like the minute you pushed, their mistake was they should have just said that Zelda was delayed to 2017. Yeah. But also, if they go Zelda's delayed to 2017, what's that do to them? But I feel like they've now locked themselves in. Again, if they turn around, I think they lose. People lose faith in them if they turn around and they go, hey, 2017, we're going to delay Zelda again till fall 2017. People will, I could see Joey Ferris literally like
going
blowing up his Twitter. Yeah, he'd go mental, you know? So I think we're in a situation where we don't, you know, Nintendo's kind of backed themselves in the corner where they have to do something. They have to do something.
My concern, again, being from the, I think they need third party is, okay, they launch, let's say, give them the benefit of the doubt, they launch in March. Two of the biggest games of the year are going to be Battlefield 5, going to be Call of Duty, the new, is it Infinite War, I think is the rumor title.
Yeah.
Now, if those games are coming to that system, that is, there's a 4-month gap at best between hitting the PS4 and the Xbox One. And my concern is that we're going to see a repeat pattern of what we got with the Wii U is like, oh yeah, we'll bring games to you, but here's a year-old port of a game.
Yeah, I don't want that.
We don't want that. And this is why it's like, have Nintendo signed deals saying, no, we want these, and these. You know, okay, we'll take this game, but we want all the DLC. I'm hoping they've taken the bull by the horn and said, look, we'll pay for your support. We'll help you.
I feel like, I feel like they've been negotiating. We've heard rumors already that they've been talking to Activision. They've been talking to EA. So when you hear that, you immediately think, and they've already said, like, the rumors are Destiny. So they basically want Destiny with everything that's there, plus Destiny 2. There's rumors of EA, which immediately makes you think all the sports games, plus Mass Effect Andromeda, which I didn't realize isn't coming out until 2017. So that maybe lines up, and that could be a launch title for the Wii U. Mm-hmm. I feel like you're going to get your Final Fantasy 15. You're going to get they've already talked Dragon Quest or Dragon Warrior. Dragon Quest, my bad. Yeah. You know, they've already talked those games already coming to the NX. So I think that we're in a situation where absolutely, you know, we're in good place. I think that the one thing that concerned me, and I posted it the other day, and I said, Nintendo, you need to, I put it on Twitter, and I was like, dear Nintendo, please, you need to have like Runbow and Shovel Knight and Steam World and Zombie Vikings and Mutant Mudds day one to the NX. Basically, what I was saying was like, I want all my favorite indie games there day one. And then more or less, they came back, and it was Zoink Games was like, it's in the works. We just need a dev kit. And I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I understand that you want to get the dev kits to like your big dogs, but like, these are the guys that supported you. They should have one by now. So that also concerned me a little bit, you know, but I guess we'll see. I think it's a no-brainer that we see a lot of the indie games day one, but we definitely need some third-party support. You know, I've said it before and I've said it again, like, I don't mind having a PS4. I don't mind having other consoles. I just kind of missed the day of my all-in-one. Like, I just had a Nintendo console, and that was it. You know, like, I got all my games there. And then occasionally I would buy, like, it's weird. It's kind of reversed to what I'm used to doing. I'm used to buying everything on the Nintendo, and then I'd buy the first-party exclusives for a Sony on a PS4. Mm-hmm. It's reversed now. Now I got a PS4, and I buy all the third-party stuff and all that, and I'm buying Nintendo games for the exclusives. Yeah. It's a flip-flop. It's a flip-flop from what the PS1 and the PS2 were for me, even the PS3. So that part, I feel like Nintendo needs to come back strong and fix things, you know, and I think that they will.
Hi, Grayson.
He's such an idiot. Like,
he's so cute. You can't hate him.
No, not at all. If I hate him, Tony will kill me.
Let Grayson host.
Yeah, you want to host the show, Grayson? So that's my feeling. I feel like that, you know, third parties. I agree with you wholeheartedly. The third parties have to be there, and I think that's where we got heated before, and it was more or less because you guys were like, "Oh, Nintendo didn't do this," and it's not. I don't feel like it's Nintendo's responsibility to make the third party. They need to help persuade him to come, but at the same time, if the third party is saying to them, "Oh, we're going to give you this HD remake," they need to go, "No, that's not what we want. We want a legitimate, you know, push. You know, this nonsense. If you're going to give us this game or that game, like, you need to give us Tomb Raider. You know, EA, Square, we want Tomb Raider. I don't think EA has it. It's Square, right? Square Enix. Yeah. So they need to go to them and go, we want Tomb Raider. You know, we don't want...
It is for Nintendo to create the environment where they want to be, and that's why I think Nintendo got an uphill battle after Wii and Wii U to get that. So that's where they need to use the money they've got as a financial incentive to get the games that will spur people to come.
They need to
buy the system, spend money to make money.
Yeah, they need to go after a couple of exclusives. They need to go after a couple of these third parties, throw some money at them and make them exclusives. You know, like, you know, they have the Bayonettas. I think you could pretty much firmly say that Bayonetta will stay where it is, and I think that game's just going to grow over time. I think if they hit it with a Bayonetta 3, I think it'll do a lot better than Bayonetta 2 did, which is a travesty that it didn't do better than it actually did. And that's where I feel like I get upset with Nintendo fans, because Nintendo fans are always quick to go like, oh, Nintendo doesn't do this and Nintendo don't do that. Look at, man, they just bought this game for you. They basically put this game on their system for you, and you didn't buy it. Like, that's such a joke to me. And I feel like you can't sit there and say you're a fan, and because I don't care, man. Bayonetta was a great game. Bayonetta 2 was phenomenal. Graphically, it was awesome.
Sorry.
Someone breaking
in? No, just drunk people.
Oh.
What the hell?
You played Bayonetta 2, correct?
I did. I enjoyed it. It's not. I'm not a huge hack and slash fan, but
no, I mean, but I feel like that game was really well done. I felt like I said, graphically, I thought it was great. They gave us Bayonetta 1 for free, and threw some cool stuff into it, you know. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how things go. True. But so that's pretty much it. You got anything else? If you want to tack on there, that's it. Okay, so
you want to discuss Zelda?
Yeah, there's what's really to say. It got delayed. We'll see what happens. It's
I just want it on NX. Oh, I did do I did check with folk on the NVC group. Pretty much the majority of folk that answered wanted it on the NX. The only folk really buying it on Wii U, the ones that said they're not going to buy an NX day one, or like me, will buy it on Wii U just in case it becomes worth something in the future. Yeah.
Here's my question. What, like, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's like, I get annoyed when people are like, oh, we're not getting Zelda. We're not getting Zelda. I'm so mad. Like, I don't feel like Zelda justifies my purchase of the Wii U. I mean, I've had a great time with my Wii U. And
there's loads of games on the Wii U. It's just it's that game. It's like Mario. It's like if there was no Mario game in the Wii U, folk would be like, "What's going on?" This is every Nintendo system has. It gets its own Mario. It gets its own Zelda.
Yeah, the 3D. I feel like 3D World was its own. I mean, it's its own Mario. It's not yet. But basically, they took what they learned with 3D Land, ramped it up, and put it on. Made it for the Wii U. I felt like we got good games, and it was
felt with Mario. It's like I think they felt the 3D Land, 3D World dynamic or kind of style that was for the handheld. And when the first thing I thought was, I can't wait for my Galaxy 3. Still haven't got my Galaxy 3.
But you know what the sad thing is?
I love those games are amazing.
But the sad thing is like they'll put out Galaxy 3 and watch. People won't buy it or they'll complain about it. See,
I don't think so. I think that's the game that folk will go, I'm having that.
Let's hope. Let's hope so. I listen, I want this console to sell like gangbusters. I want it to be the most successful thing ever. So I'm with you 110%. Like I really hope that it does good. But so that is all. Thank you guys for listening to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher. You can check us out on YouTube. We're on the Geek Guru channel. I'm debating actually throwing it on the Nintendo Guru channel as well. I know we do a lot of other stuff as well, but I don't know. I feel like that channel is going to start building more momentum and more steam, and I might just throw it over there we'll see. I haven't 100% decided yet, so we'll go from there. But right now, if you want to watch the video version, it's on the Geek Guru YouTube channel. Just look it up, and you follow Allan at Allan_Paxton. That's on Instagram and on Twitter. Myself, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I'll just throw out the at Nintendo Gurus because I don't really mess with at Geek Gurus too much anymore. Just when I'm trying to promote stuff, I'll bounce on there. But for the most part, I'm on the Nintendo Gurus channel. So that's it. Thank you, Allan. I appreciate you. I know it's very late for you, so I appreciate you being a trooper and coming in while Toby was sleeping like a little baby, even though he doesn't work tomorrow. He doesn't work any day, does he?
I work from home.
Yeah. Check out Toby's vlog. I don't know if Toby has a vlogging channel. It's called Thornton Vlogs. You got to check it out. Have you seen it yet?
No, I don't want to see too much of his life.
You need to watch it. Dude, you will laugh. You will laugh. It is so funny. It is good stuff. It's on YouTube. It's called Thornton Vlogs. Oh, it is. It's lovely.
Is it funny, haha, or is it more like The Office funny, where you're like,
you and I you'll laugh because you'll see these little quirky things that Toby does, and you could just Toby. So that's what makes it, for me, that's what makes it funny. I think people will enjoy it as well, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. So,
Bobby,
like the one day he doesn't even know what the date is. He's like, Karina, what day is it today? And I'm like, dude, really? You don't even know what the date like. So,
Bob,
yes.
Do me a favor. Your gamepad, every show we do,
I know it's blinking.
Blinking.
I know.
What the bloody hell is it blinking for?
Because this is Tony's Wii U, and she doesn't play it as much as I play mine. So it's probably just like it has an update, or it's like an eShop special is on there or something. I notice it every time I'm recording. I see it blinking, and I'm like, "Oh God, stop blinking!"
That's what's annoying Grayson. It's the blinking. He's looking at going, Bobby,
he's like, fix it. He actually wants to get out of here. So, all right, see everybody later. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.